Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD Travelsthenix, and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I want to chop it up about the different seasons that we have in our lives. Basically, what I mean by that is that sometimes in life, it might be the season to grind. Sometimes in our life, it might be the season to travel. Sometimes in our life, it might be the season to spend a lot of time with, certain people, maybe a girlfriend, maybe a group of friends. And sometimes it might be the season to spend a lot of time by yourself, have a lot of solitude, maybe work on yourself, self-improvement. But before we get into the video, if you're interested in travel, fitness, and overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up this topic of the different seasons that we have in life is because right now, in my opinion, I think that the season that we're all going through right now is the season to grind, is the season for self-improvement, and the season to just kind of trying to think about what we're going to be doing in the future and trying to build towards the future. And the main reason why I say that is because, things are kind of changing at a rapid pace right now. And a lot of people think that, maybe things can go back to the way they were. Honestly, in my humble opinion, I think that things are actually never going to go back to the way that they were, and things are just going to change from here on out. And that's one thing that's guaranteed in life, is that everything is going to change. That's going to be a constant in life. There's always going to be change. Things are always going to be innovating. Things are always going to be moving forward. And right now, honestly, I don't think that the way that things used to be in terms of people kicking it, going out, being super social, and just meeting people like the way that things used to be is really going to come back anytime soon. So with that being said, I think that right now is grinding season for sure. Everybody should be on their grind. Everybody should be working on self-improvement. Everybody should be trying to become the best version of yourself. And one thing that I'm completely anti right now is I'm anti buying a bunch of material items. I'm anti going out to bars and clubs and kicking it in different venues like that. And the reason why I say that is because, number one, you're not even going to be able to get the experience that you would have been able to get previously, because things have changed so much. Even I know out here in Hawaii, and I know when I was in California, when you go out to bars and clubs right now, or even if you go out to a restaurant, everybody has to wear a mask, everybody has to stay separate, everybody has to be at their little table or whatever it may be, and you can't even mix and mingle the way that you may have been able to do in the past. Number one, I think honestly bars and clubs are completely overrated anyways. And if you're a young man in your 20s, in your 30s, bars and clubs are a place that you shouldn't be frequenting anyways. And the reason why I say that is because the majority of the people, and definitely the majority of the women that you're going to meet there, are of low quality. And the reason why I say they're of low quality is because you just have to look at the environment in general. People are going out to bars and clubs. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing it from time to time. Even I go out to bars and clubs from time to time. But most of the time when I go out to bars and clubs, it's usually when I travel. It's usually when I take an international trip. I like going out to the bars and clubs when I'm in another culture, just to see how they get down. Although, granted, bars and clubs are the same. You got the same type of people who frequent bars and clubs all over the world. It's the same mentality, it's just a different place. But at the same time, like I said, I don't like messing with girls who I meet at bars unless it's on some super short-term stuff, because like I said, the people who are frequenting bars and clubs are usually always on a low vibration. So you don't necessarily want to mix too much energy with those type of people. So you have to think about the females that you meet at a bar or club. They're most likely have messed with a lot of dudes who they've met at bars and clubs. And last time I checked, the dudes who go to bars and clubs most of the time are just tail chasers. They're dudes who aren't necessarily focused. They're dudes who don't necessarily have high morality. So do you want a female who's been mixing energies with a man who behaves like this? Do you want a female who's been learning and receiving knowledge from a man who doesn't have any knowledge in the past? And that's why one of my philosophies when it comes down to dealing with women is that I don't mess with women who mess with degenerates before she met me. Because I don't even want a woman who's learned from a degenerate. I don't want a woman who's messed with who's mixed energies with degenerates. You know what I mean? So that's actually something, that's a completely different topic. I'm actually going down a little rabbit hole on that. But anyways, like I was saying about what season it is, it's grinding season right now. So in my opinion, There's a ton of opportunities to start online businesses. The world is going digital, in every way imaginable. So if you can acquire an online skill right now, that will be extremely beneficial for you in the future. Self-improvement is something that we should all be doing. As a matter of fact, that's one season that should be consistent throughout our life. We should always be on the self-improvement tip. We should always be on our growth journey, and we should always be looking to grow rapidly. And what are things that we can do to grow and self-improve? We can read more, we can work out more, we can eat better, we can educate ourselves, we can learn a trade. All these different things are tools that we can use for self-improvement. And right now is the perfect time to do so. Like I said, if I was you guys, and this is something that I'm actually putting into action myself, a ton of self-improvement. I've been reading a lot lately. I've been working out like a madman lately. I've been growing my business lately, and I've been investing my money. So instead of spending your money on those material items, put it in some cryptocurrency. Instead of putting your money in the material items, put that into a savings account. Instead of putting your money into going out to bars and clubs, put that into the stock market. There's so many different ways that we can spend our money a lot smarter. So we gotta work smarter, not harder. And chasing women, going out to bars and clubs, buying a whole bunch of material items is really a waste of time and a waste of money right now. Especially on the fact that, let's say for instance that you do buy a bunch of fly clothes and you do buy a bunch of fly shoes or whatever it may be. Where are you really gonna go to floss these? And it's really hard to meet people right now when everybody's wearing these masks right now. That's probably the one thing that I don't really like about this time period that we're living in right now, is that it's normalized for everybody to be antisocial, and it's normalized for people to be wearing face coverings that are prohibiting people from even seeing each other's faces. And for me personally, it's almost discouraging to even holler at females now, because it's like they all have masks on and you can't even really see who you're talking to. And for me personally, I know if I was to talk to a female and go up to talk to a female if she had a mask on, I would almost feel desperate. It's like, man, I don't even know what this person looks like, and I'm willing to take a chance and holler at this female. So for me personally, where I've been doing most of my kicking it at is at beaches and parks. Most of the time people there are healthy. Most of the time people there are in a good mindset. And most of the time when people are at beaches and parks, they're not necessarily wearing a mask. Oh yeah, one more thing that I wanted to speak on in this video is a conversation that I had with my homeboy G. And we were talking about, in order to master something, you have to put 10,000 hours into that, craft that you're working on. You have to put 10,000 hours into that hobby. You have to put 10,000 hours into whatever it is that you're passionate about. So right now is the perfect time to start your 10,000 hour journey. We should be putting countless hours into the things that we're passionate about. We should be spending most of our free time improving ourselves or trying to build ourselves up to the point where we can be financially independent. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video today. If you guys need some help optimizing your health and fitness, coming up with a blueprint and actually putting that blueprint into action, go ahead and hit my website up. That's Travelsthenix.com. You can book a free consultation with me today. We can go ahead and map out a blueprint for you, talk about your goals, and figure out how we can get you to accomplish these goals as quick as possible. And like I said in my previous video that I came out with, taking action is extremely important. So go ahead and take action. Hit up my website, book a free consultation with me, and we're gonna get the ball rolling to get you in the best shape of your life. Anyways, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.